Hi, I'm Tina, video editor here at Nylon. And joining me today is a super special guest, Soko. She's our fashion issue cover star. And also, we've just premiered below, that you can see below that we've just premiered her latest video, which she starred in and directed. And you're going to be able to ask a few questions after I ask a few questions.
Yes.
But yeah, just go ahead and comment below as we go through and hi.
Hi, Tina.
Hi and welcome. How did it feel to create this video that, you, like I said, you starred in, you directed, you totally took the reins on this?
Well, I've been directing all my videos since I started making music. First, it was more like, hey, I have an iPhone and I want to film something with my iPhone, because anyway, I have absolutely no budget whatsoever or clues on who to make a video with. So it was just like, I'm just gonna make this and my brother is gonna film me. And then I liked editing it, and then I made it with more professional cameras, and then it just started being a thing where I just really wanted to direct my videos, and every time I had to do it, it was such a great experience, and doing it with friends. And then I have a little situation in LA where I have the best people to work with that are always super excited. Each time I'm like, hey, I have a song and I have a week to make a video, or actually, can we shoot tomorrow night at midnight in this weird car wash, and we only have an hour and a half to shoot it before we get arrested. And yeah, usually my friends are like, oh yeah, cool, let's do it. And then once I did that, and I had to have a little video, how do you call it? Cassette? VHS camera. Had a VHS camera, and it had no battery, so I had to plug it to my car to be able to run power. So that was in the ghetto days. And then for this video, well, first of all, I've been in New York since August working on my record, and I was really not ready at all to release anything until then. I was asked to be on the cover of Nylon, and I'm like, oh shit, that's my dream since when I was a teenager. I should totally do that, but I have nothing to promote. It's between making movies and making an album, and it's right in the middle. So I was like, well, damn, okay, cool, I'm just gonna release a song and a video, even though none of that is ready at all in my head, but I had to put my full focus into doing that. And so that's the result, is Sweet Sound of Ignorance, and I'm really happy with it. I've been putting all my insecurities and vulnerability in the song and video. And the video, I really just wanted, because the song is all about being antisocial and not wanting to leave my house and being a big crybaby. So I just wanted the video to be kind of the same, but also it's I'm really, I have a terrible Peter Pan syndrome. I completely, I'm 31, and I dress like a teenager still, and I refuse to grow up and be an adult and have responsibilities, but at the same time, I also completely love being an adult and being embrace your inner child, it's great. And you can make videos that are super colorful and rainbow, and make music and be artistic and be creative, and surround yourself with people with a childlike spirit that keeps you young. And so, yeah, so the video is me very in my pajamas that I actually wear every day in real life, that are these cute little Mickey Mouse pajamas I got on eBay, vintage ones. And so it's just me in a little colorful playhouse that we found on Craigslist, and painted all the colors that I wanted in the video. My friend Aaliyah Penner did the art for the video, and I created my dream set. So I was I want it to be kind of like a Pee-wee's Playhouse, Alice in Wonderland dream world that looks like a cartoon, that's very bright, and we're gonna film it all on video camcorder, and it needs to look vintage and 90s-ish, but also just be a weird trip inside a kid's head that's bored and has too much going on in her head. Anyway, so it's probably just better that I just lock myself in and just stay inside and avoid the rest of the world sometimes.
The video has a lot of really vibrant sets and just a really cool spirit, and it does feel like you've gone into another world. Where did you guys end up shooting that?
We shot the video in LA in a photo studio, and we were gonna build walls, but we didn't have enough money, so we ended up using the walls of the photo studio that are curved at the bottom.
Yeah.
But then it was that really cool effect where I could just like slide off the walls. So I thought it was really funny. And then we had to like paint the lines of the walls on the curves. So I think it ended up being in our favor that we couldn't build walls and we had to like draw them in a set. And it participated to definitely the like cartoon-ish aesthetic that I was looking for.
Yeah, totally worked. There are some bunny rabbits that make
Yes.
an appearance. Who, what, where, why?
Well, I wrote the whole treatment, and I was very like sure about what I wanted and when it happened, but then I was like, oh, there's like a really long and something else needs to happen, and I was like, oh, I had these bunny heads that I used in a previous video for a song called Ocean of Tears, and I had just done a dance class with my friends Margaret and Rainey Qualley, and they're such incredible dancers, and I was like, and they're my really good friends, and I was like, oh, you guys, I wish you could be in my video, and they were like, oh no, wait, what? Can I put you in like bunny heads and you can come and goofy dance in my video? And they were like, yeah, totally. I'm like, what, really? But they're like, big, like, I didn't think they would just come, but they did. And it's the magic of being creative in LA is that everyone just wants to do stuff and be creative, and the flow of wanting to collaborate is very just easy, and it takes no time, and it's just like, do you want to do that? Cool, yeah, let's do it. Great. A week later it's done and you put it out on Nylon. It's pretty great. Also, Tina is my editor. She edited this beautiful video. So I was lucky enough to work with this great lady who could get it exactly what I wanted and completely understand and read my mind in terms of every single thing that I had imagined. Because it's really hard to be directing yourself and act and have the whole concept and then having to stare at a computer screen with your face. It's definitely good to have someone great who understands it and gives good feedback and like help me go through the cringes of watching myself and editing myself.
Well, the pleasure was definitely all mine. I guess final question before we take some from the comments is, like, how does it feel to be on the cover of Nylon, and just like how was it being here, part of the process?
Well, I'm really thrilled, and I'm very happy with the shoot, and everybody here's been amazing. So I like kind of can't believe it, because the last cover was Lena Dunham, and I'm definitely not at that level at all. So when I was asked, I was just like, why me? Like, this is so weird. I'm like not big at all enough to be on the Nylon cover. But hey, can't waste an opportunity to like just be out there in the world and like spread good messages of, it was like right when also like the whole Trump thing was happening, and talking about feminism is really important for me, and it just felt like it was the right time to take that opportunity to talk about the things that really matter for me, and talk about self-acceptance, and talk about differences, and freedom in sexuality and gender fluidity, and those are all things that really matter to me. So whether I had like an album to promote or not, it felt like it was the right time to be able to discuss these subjects in the interview, and also push myself to release music that was like unexpected and quick, and have a quick turnaround for the video. But yeah, I'm like, I can't quite believe it. Also, it's not out yet. I mean, I've had copies in my hands, but it's gonna be on the newsstands on the 28th.
Yeah.
In a few days.
Yeah.
So now all you can see is a digital version, and also I think my video is now online, which I'm really nervous about.
Right below this feed right now. Sweet. Well, we're very happy that you said yes. We all love you here, and I'm just gonna ask a couple questions from
What are the questions?
the comments.
Hit me.
Which do you like better, New York or LA?
LA 100%. I mean, I loved working with you guys here. Nylon office is great. I love spending every day here. But yeah, LA is definitely where I feel safe and happy and the most creative, and also where I have my balance in terms of like wake up every morning, meditate, go hike for an hour, be in nature, and I love driving, and I love being in my car and making playlists.
Yep.
And I feel like I have a lot more like outdoor activities in LA, and like a better group of friends. And I actually purposely moved to New York to make my record and take myself out of my comfort zone and be completely just focused on the record. So all I do is wake up, go to the studio, pour my heart into all of the music I create there, come back home, cry about it, write more, go back to the studio, don't see anyone, have absolutely no time or headspace at all for like any intimacy, friendship, romance, dates, going out, dinner. I can't do it. So it's great because New York allows me to just like self-induce myself with terrible cabin fever and then just focus on work.
Right on.
But I can't wait to be back in LA. I miss California. I miss the sun. I miss it.
What was your favorite part about recording the video?
I don't think there's the part that is not my favorite, really. I mean, obviously, discovering the sets and discovering the Playhouse was just like, wow, I've been thinking about this for 2 weeks and I wrote it down and it's happening. It's so big. So yeah, that was really incredible. And then, you know, just being playful in that big set and be like, what do I do now that I'm in this massive set? And also have all my friends around is like amazing support, and have like everyone at the end of the day, like, it's like I've never played that song to anyone, and everyone at the end of the day is like singing the song and knows all the lyrics after hearing it all day, which was like my first way to like interact with an audience, which was like my friends listening to it on sets. That was really sweet. And also seeing the final product, like once you're done editing and you're like, whoa, I actually made that happen and this exists and I worked so hard on it and now it's finished and it's going out into the world. It's like, whoa, I made something.
Yeah, you did.
There's like a really satisfying thing about it.
Next question is, you are strongly influenced by 80s bands. Do you think it is harder or easier to break through as a female artist now than it was then?
I definitely feel like there's more female on the scene now. I don't know about breaking through because I'm never really concerned about things like that. Most of the 80s bands that I love to listen to are male fronted, and I mean, for those who are not really familiar with the 80s, because maybe you're too young, I was born in 85, I was too young too, but I like dived into it like head first, really, really hard, because I'm such a music nerd. So like all my favorite bands are like the whole Manchester scene, like Joy Division, and like Morrissey, and then like a lot of like British bands, The Cure and New Order, Depeche Mode, and those are all, there's only men in these bands. I do love Blondie, and like Pretenders, but yeah, I feel like there's definitely a lot more like pop star female now.
Yeah, totally.
But it's also like, because it's this weird thing of like having that like female objectified thing that's like an object of desire that sells more, which I don't really buy into. And I don't know. I'm just so not in that world. I'm like way into indie world, and I don't really know anything about the pop world, so I don't know. I have a lot of amazing female friends that are in amazing bands that I can see. I can say a few right now. Like Warpaint are incredible. It's all female. Cherry Glazer out of LA are amazing. There's a lot. I'm like obviously forgetting a lot right now, but yeah, there's a lot of Bleached. I love from LA. Yeah. Cool.
Your fashion life is amazing. What are your tips for expressing yourself authentically through style?
My tip to express myself authentically through style? Well, first of all, I really try to make a point in expressing myself authentically through everything, which means what I say, what I think, what I do, and I don't like lies, and I mean, obviously you're gonna like trip, make mistakes, learn, and then never do something that you've done before, and realize, oh, that was foolish, but like, being in the moment and knowing that this is your true self and you're like putting yourself out there as really who you are or who you want to be, because who you want to be is really also very important, like having aspirations of and dreams of who you want to become and where you're heading in your life. I've always been very at ease and with where I'm at in my shoes. I've always been very open with my sexuality and, you know, just loving people and not caring about gender. So sometimes I dress really gothy and wear black velvet and chunky shoes, and sometimes I wear, you know, baggy pants and want to look like Kurt Cobain and look really grungy, and sometimes I wear a really crazy 80s outfit. But I do love a lot of colors. I wear red every single day because of my favorite movie called The Red Shoes. And it's a story, it's a Technicolor film that was made over 60 years ago. And it's about this ballerina who dances this beautiful ballet, and then she falls in love, and then she's like this incredible ballerina, and then she falls in love and it distracts her, and so she can't dance as well. And then when she stopped dancing and she just wants to be a lover and a great lover, then her, you know, her career suffers, and she's never happy because she always has both. So to me, wearing red every day, especially when I'm working, is a good reminder of being focused and present, and that nothing else matters more right now than what I'm doing, which is putting my whole heart into art. And I wear red shoes every day in the studio as a rule, and then sometimes my band members or producer will be like, Soko, I'm wearing monochromatic for you, or like I'm wearing, sometimes I wear just one color, and they're like, I'm wearing monochromatic, or I'm wearing all red for you, I'm wearing red Doc Martens, and I'm like, yes, cool. Yeah. So they bring the red spirit to the studio too. But yeah, I like strong colors, and it's funny because when you do wear strong colors, it's like, I would like get in a taxi and go to work, and then people will be like, whoa, you're wearing so much colors, what are you doing? And like, just going to work. And I'm like, whoa, that made my day. And I'm like, oh, cool. So yeah, it's an easy thing to like make people's day. It's funny, I've been playing that game recently where I try to give genuine random compliments to strangers in the street, just to be like, hey, you're a stranger, but we're all friends, we're all human, and we're all the same. So I'd be like, oh, walking in the street and be like, oh my god, I love your hair, oh my god, I love your shoes, oh my god, you look great, your smile is amazing, but like really genuinely feel it. And people's reaction when you do that is so incredible, because you're like, yeah, that person definitely thought I'm gonna wear these shoes today, and they made an effort to present themselves that way. And if you notice it, it's like, yeah, I see you. You're a stranger, but I see you, and we're all equal. And it just feels good. You should try that sometimes. It's nice exercise, because people's reaction is really like so genuinely like, oh, thanks, oh, that made my day, cool, yeah.
Yeah, human connection is a delightful thing.
Yes, it really is.
Oh, where's your jacket?
Compliments are free. Remember that. Compliments are free. Is that, did I say it right? Is that English? Compliments. That's English. Compliment is French. Where's my jacket from?
Yeah.
This is vintage. I found it in a vintage store in Montreal, and this is a vintage collar that I pinned on it. So you can't find it anywhere. I'm so sorry. And this is also a vintage tour t-shirt from this band Rush. The music is actually quite terrible, but I really like their artwork.
Speaking of fashion, how was your New York Fashion Week?
My New York Fashion Week was absolutely non-existing because I was stuck in an office in Soho editing a music video with this one. And also, I'm going to Milan Fashion Week next week for the Gucci show. So I just had to do just that one.
Sounds like you'll make up for lost time, though.
Yes.
I think that this will be the last one.
Yep.
How far has LA influenced your sound, or are your feet firmly in the European context? Oh.
I have been living in LA for 9 years, which is most of my adult life and also most of my creative life as an artist. So I am European, I'm French, my family's in France. I go back a lot for work, but my home, even if I don't have one right now, is definitely LA. My heart is in LA and I love it so much. And definitely my influences are, I think, very like sunny in California, even though I'm like a sad emo goth at heart. But it's like my favorite quote of Morrissey is, "I wear black on the outside because black is how I feel on the inside." I wear a lot of black and a lot of colors because I'm bipolar. No, just kidding. No, I feel it all. I feel all the colors, but I also still feel like I call myself rainbow goth because I feel like that describes me the best. So LA is definitely that for me. Yeah. It's rainbow, and I can still be a true goth.
Never a truer truth has been told. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in and watching. Thank you, Soko, for coming in. Check out the video below, and also your single is available on
the World Wide Web,
everywhere. So
on iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever, you name it. I think it should be available everywhere.
It's a really good song. Listen to it. All right. Well, we'll see you guys soon. Thanks a bunch. Bye.